Flag hanging outside St. Sabina Church. Father Michael Pfleger raised that flag that way Tuesday night. He did it, he says, to draw attention to the violence on Chicago streets. But that flag is not sitting well with some people.
And joining us this morning from St. Sabina Church is Father Michael Pfleger. Good morning, Father. How are you?
Good morning, Jose and Judy.
Tell us just in your words, first off, why you did this.
Well, we did this because we wanted to draw attention and consciousness. The same flag that those veterans fought over for the freedom of our country, we want to use that same flag to take the issue of the disaster of this country. We have children dying. 36 children in Chicago, children in every major city around this country are being killed in our city streets. And we have to understand that this is a national epidemic. This is more serious than the swine flu, which we put so much attention onto, because this is killing children. And I'm saddened that some veterans, are taking this the wrong way, because there's other veterans right in this neighborhood that support it and stand with us and understand this is a disaster in our country. And we're saying we need help. We need help from the government all the way down to the streets. We need help to save our children.
Father, it certainly is something that we should all be talking about, but as you mentioned, a lot of people are not happy with how you are doing this, saying that it is a disgrace to the American flag. We wanted to get your reaction to a comment by Steve Pletsky of the Rolling Thunder Group. As you know, they honor U.S. veterans when they return home from overseas. We're going to play this for you. Let's take a listen.
It makes me angry, to be honest with you. It's disrespectful, number one. The flag code is clear, and it says the flag is only to be hung upside down with the Union down. The Union is the Starfield. The only time that can be hung upside down is in cases of dire emergency to life or property.
Father Pfleger, let's get your reaction.
Yeah, I mean, the veteran he says that this is only in a dire emergency. My God, isn't it a dire emergency that we're losing children? Almost 2 classrooms in Chicago alone just from gun violence, and children across in every big city or in this country. I think that's a dire emergency. It's not an insult to a flag, it's not an insult to a veteran. There are many veterans that stand with us and called and said they support us. We want them to understand this is a dire emergency. This is a pandemic in this country and the world right now. Our children are being killed, and our country is certainly shaking our heads and going forward. We have to have a response from the government and across this country to save the next generation.
Father, one final question for you. Some people are asking Cardinal George to get involved right now and to ask you, or actually force you to take that upside-down flag down. What will you do if that happens?
Well, I hope the Cardinal will not do that. I mean, we're not breaking any law. We're not doing anything immoral. This is simply a choice of people from this faith community, from this church, who said, we are tired of burying children. Blair Holt's mother, Annette Holt, is from this church. We're seeing children every day die. I've done 3 of the funerals of children this year from this church. Our faith community says, help us save our children. So I would hope that the Cardinal would respect the faith community here, who's doing something legal, but doing something radical, yes. Radical situation going on right now in our country.
Father Michael Pfleger, thank you so much for joining us. We appreciate it.
Thank you, Jose. Thank you, Judy.
Thank you.
Good morning. I hope YouTube doesn't take down my video because I taped it off of television. I really am very supportive of what Father Pfleger is doing. The flag being held upside down should only be done in dire emergencies, and I am saddened by the fact that there is so much violence in Chicago. It makes me sick, literally. It makes me cough even more when I hear these things, and when I see these things and I read these things about how violent these children and these gangs have been, and how many innocent children. When I say innocent, I mean children that have nothing to do with the gang, who sitting on their porch, who are shot by random gang fire that, was intended for somebody else. And anything done with the flag, which is not supposed to be done, normally gets people up early in the morning and makes them really upset. Put himself out there like that, and I know a lot of people probably just don't understand what the flag has to do with it or why he's involved or anything, but I'm really, really glad that somebody finally said something and did something that will make people who, for some reason or another, don't want to think and don't want to handle the fact, or who would rather pretend that everything is just fine, who don't mind complaining about the swine flu because that's something that they could, wear masks and then wash their hands. And unfortunately, you can't see each other, and you cannot wash your hands and pretend that you're not afraid to walk down that street, because you are. You're afraid to walk down that street. That's a bad neighborhood. And why is it bad? Because people get killed over there. Children get killed over there. So yeah, this is a dire emergency. This is happening in our society. This is happening in our schools. This is happening on our streets. And it's happening right here. And these children aren't broke, okay? They have food. They have washing machines. They have clothes. Okay, so why are they so angry? Why are they so violent? Why are they trying to kill each other? Why do they feel like it brings them trying to grow up and leave her dead in the street? Why? Why do the gangs think like this? Who teaches these gang members this sort of thing? Why? This is a dire emergency.